It is a little watercolor kit. They're probably about $5. It comes with that. A little extra blue brush, and I don't know where that is right now because I got lost again. Here it is. Another little blue brush. You might not want to use the paints, and you might not want to use these brushes. You may have your own, but the most important thing was this bird workbook. It's pretty cute. It has different birds in here. Tells you how to color them. If you want to use your Winsor and Newton or whatever, I don't know about Daniel Smith. I haven't tried theirs yet, but they got some nice looking colors. But if you wanted to use those or whatever you have, other watercolor pens. I'm not sure how those will be. I'll have to first swatch them first, but they got all kinds of cool, pretty birds in here. Learn how to paint. It's a workbook. It's kind of like having a coloring book that does watercolor. Years ago, we used to have watercolor books that would have the paint right on the actual paper. I don't think they make them anymore. Maybe they do. Those are more for little kids, though. But they were pretty cool. So this little guy here, I got a little kit on the way that has a little bag and stuff with it. And another sketchbook. Okay, I don't need it. But I've been doing AI a lot. That's where I've been. So I've gotten into AI, as they call it, slop. It's still a form of art. So between my coloring and all that, keeps me rounded. I've lost like 75 pounds on the Manjaro, and I keep working. I'm starting to do some exercises and stuff, but it's been about a year or so since I've had it, so just changing my diet out, not eating as many carbs, and exercise, mental health therapy for the reasons why I do it. But anyway, I get bullies, but I don't care. I just freaking ignore them. At my age, it ain't gonna matter anyway. I'm gonna fucking die someday anyway. To hell with them. Let them say what they think about me. In the end, it doesn't matter. So I get a lot of harassment because I'm using AI. You're not a real artist. You don't do real art. Do I have to bring my sketchbooks out to show you what I can do? I mean, when I first started learning how to paint and draw, it was new to me. And I got addicted to it and kept using it. I no longer have like my crochet stuff. I don't have the freaking knitting, the looms and stuff because I fucking gave up on it. I'm lacking some motor skill that won't let me complete knitting or crocheting or the loom type of things that I was doing, weaving or the. I did kind of like the what was it, the plastic canvas stuff with the yarn and the embroidery, but I got rid of all that stuff. I'm more into art, so the only like craft things I kept in that room were like some clay here or there, and I don't know about the resin. I'm probably not gonna mess with resin in here. Same reason I don't mess with oil paints because we don't have a good ventilation system. It's an older building. You know, you're playing with fire with that shit. So, but I do got like my beads and stuff like that. I have some of the perler things left. I have some of the one chunk of polymer clay that I play with my hand. Since I was here last time, I've had a tooth out. Had to go get the Plattsburgh for that. What else did I do? I run the Mormons out of my house. We know that. I had the FBI over here because I threatened the life of a fucking misogynist on threads. I asked him, I said, how tall are you? And he said, why? I said, 'cause I want to make sure you fit in my chest freezer. And this is another thing, your girlfriend would be better off if I turned her into a mask. I gave him all this Leatherface stuff, like skin, dead skin mask stuff. And he got freaked out. He was only 15. I didn't fucking know. He reported me because it was interstate. The FBI showed up. One guy said before he went back to Syracuse, the FBI agents, there was a man and a woman. Hey, misogynist, but you didn't know that women can be FBI agents, did you? They're probably just as good, if not better than the men doing it. But anyway, yeah, he said I can't go back to Syracuse. I gotta see something. I said, what? Because can I look inside your chest freezer just for my own peace of mind? All there was food in there. Nah, I got too far. You get too involved in social media and arguing with fucking red wingers and misogynistic turds and Donald Trump fucking thumpers, whatever they are, that like him so much. That what be up his friggin' ass just about. And it's not worth it because then you can lose your account and stuff. So I kind of got into this AI stuff kind of as a distraction. And a lot of people don't like my foodie babies I have on TikTok, but they say, oh, it has something to do with child porn. He's stupid. I'd be the last person that would fucking do anything gross to a kid. I don't even like it. I don't even like to talk about it. That's why I say rape, even with women, it's something gross done to somebody, because it is really something gross. I had two cousins, one's deceased now, that were correction officers or retired, but I know what happens to people that hurt kids and women in prison. Your ass becomes a freeway. I mean, it goes from being like this to being like this. If that's all they'll do to you, you better hope they don't do nothing worse, and most likely they will. But either way, I'm just rambling. I have ADHD. Some turd asked me on TikTok if I had autism. Well, technically, they never diagnosed me with it, but they surmise I've always have had it. And I do have the ADHD clinically diagnosed. I just have to one day go see this psychiatrist here in Canton that can test for it. If my insurance will pay for it, I don't know. It don't, then I have it. What's it going to matter now if I'm actually have the diagnosis of it? At my age, it don't really matter. I'm 51. I got all my other problems. I was in the hospital for a week with DKA because I was so depressed I wasn't taking care of myself and forgot my medicines. This time I almost didn't make it. So I know a lot of people out there say, "Oh fuck, you're still alive. We couldn't be so lucky." Yeah, you're right. You're a fucking Satanist. You don't believe in God? Well, no fucking wonder. If you misogynists are linked to what's up in heaven, I don't want no part of that. And somebody told me that women aren't even allowed in heaven anyway. It's all fucking man up there. Probably the same ones that abused us on earth. So why would we want to spend an eternity, let alone a New York minute or even a New York second with you people? If what we've had to deal with on earth with you man, woman hating pigs, I'm a fat pig, but I'm calling you male chauvinist pigs because that's what you are. It's the worst insult to give a man. I think that it came around in the 60s or the 70s, that term, during the women's lib and all that. But seriously, if you're what's up in heaven, why would we want to volunteer ourselves to be abused for an eternity this time? Oh, you're going to suffer in hell. No, 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 no. I'm going to be a demon. I'm going to ask Satan for special permission to torture and destroy the eternity of the fucking women abusers and killers and rapists. Because I've been such a devout follower and loyal subject of his for years. Satan and the Goetic spirits, and maybe some Norse gods and goddesses here or there. But yeah, I'm a Luciferian witch, and that ain't gonna change anytime soon. But to each their own. You want to make fun of me and call me names? Go ahead, bring it on. I probably know. I probably can insult myself better than you can anyway, because I've heard every fucking insult known to mankind. So no one's called me the N word or some other names, because I'm not. Or well, they did once. They put the word prairie on the front of it and the N word because they found out I was part Native American on my dad's side of the family. They're stupid asses living on our stolen land, insulting us. Well, you're brilliant. But anyway, to each their own. I just wanted to come on and show those cute little kits. If you want them, that's what they got right now. Temu are these little mini watercolors, and they come from a local warehouse, so you don't have to wait for the shipping or that minimum $20 thing in order to get the order. So, but that's it. I got that new computer case still in the craft room. I'm waiting for things to come down in price, I guess, for the innards. I don't know when that'll be, because every time before the new month gets here, I've already had my money spent for me, if you know what I mean. Something comes up, something happens. I wanted to buy me and Jimmy each a hoodie for our anniversary, so I did. We've been together for 10 years so far, and I got him the bearskin, and I got myself something called the Mofizz. Probably because it's made out of the type of fleece from the sheep known as mohair sheep. But I'm not sure about that. I still got my sewing machine though. Well, anyway, yep, I'm all over the place. My ADHD's on a high. What did I do with my Diet Coke? My doctor lets me have those and caffeine sodas because it helps me to focus, which I'm not right now. So we looked for medicine. She did for me, and there was like Wellbutrin, which I can't take because I've had it before and I've had tremors from it. And there was some other one, but reality, they have to give you a stimulant for ADHD, which this is what it is. But and with having sinus tachycardia, there was no way they could do it. So they didn't feel safe. So I asked anyway. So I have to have untreated ADHD the rest of my life, drive myself nuts and everybody else around me. But I'm not retarded. I mean, I probably seem like I am because my grammar sucks dick. Hey, you know what? That's what AI could do for me. Write everything I need. A lot of people hate AI. I'm starting to learn to love it. I didn't think I would because I was one of these people that don't like trendy things, being into metal all these years and liking all the old school stuff and everything. That's what happens. There's Jimmy.